Right, today we're going to look at fractions and percentages, and we're going to look specifically at fractions and percentages of quantities. Let's start with an easy one first. So on your digipods, get ready to work out this or send me the answer. So we're going to look at what is half of 10. Now half of 10 you might be able to just do in your head, which is fine. Just send me your answers now. Right, so 90% of you got it right, so there's a couple of people got it wrong. Let's just have a little recap on the workings out. So, if we think of the fact that we wrote this number first, then this number, then that number, we're now going to write them in reverse order, which is 10, and then a 2, and then a 1. We now put our brackets in around the first two numbers, and we're going to do 10 divided by 2 multiplied by 1. On the next line we work out the bracket. What's the answer to the bracket? 10 divided by 2? 5. So we've just worked out the bracket, so we've still got the multiplied by 1. What's 5 times 1? 5. Job done. So using that same way of working out, let's work out 2/3 of 18. So on your whiteboards and then your digipods, don't forget what I said about the numbers. I wrote that one, then that one, then that one. So in reverse order, put your brackets in, put your symbols in, and do the workings. Let's see what percentage we get this time. Right, 85% of you say it's 12, 15% of you say it's 6. Let's work it out using the same method as before. 18, and then 3, and then 2. Brackets around the 18 and the 3, and we're going to divide by, and we're going to multiply by 2 there. So it's always divide by there, and it's always multiply by there, and then the numbers are in reverse order. So when we wrote it, it was 2 and then a 3 and then 18. So when we're working it out, it's an 18, then a 3, then a 2. And then the brackets are always like that. The divide by is always there, multiply is always there. On the next line down, we work out the answer to the bracket. 18 divided by 3.
6.
And we've still got the multiply by 2. What's 6 times 2? 12. So the answer is 12. So 85% of you got it right. Well done. Right, let's see if we can get the percentage up this time. Let's go for 4/5 of 25. Don't do anything just yet. I just want to remind you about the rules. What operation goes inside the bracket? What do we do inside the bracket? Yep.
25 divided by 5.
25 divided by 5. Well done. So we're going to write 25 divided by, I can't do it, 5. Then what are we going to multiply by?
4.
4. Good stuff. Well, I'll leave it like that. Let's see what percentage you get this time. Last time you got 85%. Let's see if we can beat it. If we get over 90, you can have a star on your chart.
Yeah.
Right, looks like some of you got confused on that one because we've only got 80% of people right that time. So 25 divided by 5, you should do on your calculators if you're a little bit stuck. You've got calculators. So 25 divided by 5 is 5. And 5 times by the 4 equals 20. So that was the right answer, down to 80%. Let's do another one. I'll tell you what, rather than you doing one on your own, I'll kind of do one, we'll do one together. So let's go with 5/7 of 42. Bit tricky numbers. So we put our brackets in. Numbers in reverse order, so it's 42 divided by 7 multiplied by 5. So on your calculators, work out 42 divided by 7 if you need to use your calculators. I'm not doing digipods this time, just calculators. Tell me what the answer to the bracket is. Quiet hands up.
6.
Yeah. 6 multiplied by the 5. If you don't need your calculators, then just tell me the answer. Yes?
30.
30. Do you understand the workings out?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are we going to get 90% this time?
Yes.
Right, here we go. Let's see if we can get 90% of you getting it right. 6/8 of 40. 6/8 of 40. Off you go. So we put our numbers in reverse order. So it's 40 divided by the 8 multiplied by the 6. Work each section out, work your brackets out, and then multiply it by the 6. Right, so we got 95% of people suggesting the answer's 30. Let's have a look. 40 divided by 8 equals 5. Multiplied by the 6. 30. 95%. People getting it right. Woohoo! So that means sticker on your chart. Right, so 1 star on your chart. Let's see if we can make it 2 with the one last one on the fractions. Let's make it really, really hard. Let's go 10/12 of 240. 10/12 of 240. Exactly the same process. Brackets in. 240 divided by what?
12.
Multiplied by what? 10. See how you get on with that one. Right, we got 90%. I did say 90% was the cut-off for a sticker, and you've got 90% of people saying it's 200. Let's have a look. 240 divided by 12. What's the answer on your calculators? 20. 20 times by 10? 200. 90% of people getting it right. Well done. So that means another sticker on your chart. Before we move on to percentages, I just want to remind you about the bit here. In the first bit, when we divide by this number, so when we divide by the denominator there, we are finding out what? Can anyone remember? Can anyone remember what we're finding out? One of the fractions. So in this case, we're looking at 1/12. So in the bracket there, we're finding out 1/12. So that's the answer there is 1/12. Once we've got 1/12, we can then multiply it by the 10 to give us our 10/12. Okay, do you understand that process? Yeah. Are you sure? Because you really, really need to before we move on to percentages. Yeah. So you find 1/12, and then you multiply it by the 10 to give you the 10/12. Right, so percentages are a little bit different. What's percentages out of? What's the top number? What's the total? 100. So it's always out of 100. So if we were looking at 75% of 200, we think about the same process. But this time we've only written 2 numbers. We've got the 200 and the 75. We have to think of the percentages 100. And then we do the same working out as we did with the fractions. So we put our brackets in, 200 divided by 100, close the brackets, multiply by the 75 that we want. So inside the brackets, we're working out 1%. And once we've got our 1% there, we multiply it by the 75. That's basically what you're doing. So use your calculators. 200 divided by 100, you probably don't need to use your calculators for that. And then multiply it by 75. Let's see how you get on. Look at that, 100% of you suggesting it's 150. So, let's just check you're right. 200 divided by 100, what's the answer? 2. Multiplied by the 75 is? 150. 100% of you, well done. Another star, how many is that now? 3 stars, good stuff. That obviously was a little bit easy, so let's try a more difficult one. Let's go for 42% of 300. Done my writing a little bit big. Let me just shrink it down. So, you put your numbers in reverse order. So, 300. And then 100 for the percentage, and then 42. Put our brackets in, we divide in the bracket, we multiply outside the bracket. Have a little go at that. Right, so 95% of you say it's 126. Let's check. Let's see what we get. 300 divided by 100. What's the answer? 3 multiplied by 42. So the 40, that's a bit of a strange 2. Let's do that again. 3 times 40 would be 120. Add the 6, 126. 95% equals another star. How many is that? 4. Awesome. Brilliant stuff. Well done. A little look at the level descriptors. Are you finding this reasonably easy now? Yeah. And if we have a look at these level descriptors on level 5, it says there they calculate fractional or percentage parts of quantities and measurements. That is exactly what you are doing right now. It's a level 5 skill. So we'll do one more and then we'll do some worksheets so you can prove to me that you know what you're doing and I can tick it off. Last one before we move on to our work. 75% of 80. This time I'm not going to do anything else. You have to do everything else yourself on your digipods. Go. Right, 100% of you going with the answer 60. So let's have a little look. 80. What's the first thing we do to that 80? Divide by
100.
And then we multiply by
75.
75. So you've got 80 divided by 100. When you divide, you're going to move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So you should have got the answer 0.8. Multiplied by the 75. So that's 8 tenths to 75, 1 tenth to 7.5. So the answer is 60. 100%. How many stars is that? 5. Awesome. Right, seems like you're all doing so well at this, I just want to try one tricky one, because this is the type of question you'll see in tests. It'll say, right, you've gone shopping and you see some trainers for £90. It then offers you a sale price of, let's say, 25% off. So the first thing you have to do is work out your 25% of 90. The second thing you have to do is take it off the 90. So it's like a double step thing now. Okay? I'm not going to show any workings or anything like that. I'm just going to say, off you go. So basically, I want to know what price is are the trainers now with 25% off. Right, loads of answers. Let's have a little look. So we've got some people, 50% of people have gone for £22.50. That's the biggest group of people. 20% of people have gone for £67.50. So loads of you falling into the trap. What you needed to do is you need to work out 25% of 90 first. So you want 25% of 90. So using the way we've been doing, and that is the numbers in reverse order. So 90, the percentage is about 100. So you divide by your 100 and you multiply by 25. Don't forget, we are only working out what 25% of 90 is at the minute. What's 90 divided by 100?
0.9.
0.9. Multiply that by the 25 gives you 22.5. In this case, it'd be £22.50. Let's just shrink all that. So we've worked out that 25% is £22.50. We then needed to do 90, because that was the original price, take away £22.50. If you use your calculators, what's the answer? £67.50. That is the price. 20% of you getting that right. That is a really, really tricky question, but that is the type of question you need to be able to do for tests. Right, let's have a look at some worksheets and let's see how you get on. Well done. You've done really, really well today.